Guys, we are back with our week one Sports Talk ATL college football gambling lock. Some good weeks by at Can't Guard Jake Gordon on Twitter and at Larsen Griffeth Larsen Griffeth in real life. Yeah, you have the same name. And at Go Sports Talk and Alex Lord on Twitter. Me, I don't even know what I went. I just bet randomly. I don't think it was good, but Duquesne covered against Florida State. That's all I pretty much know.
Well, you had Hawaii because you thought that.
Oh yeah, I did have Hawaii. I had Hawaii.
I was wondering if you were going to say
Great pick.
I didn't watch the game, but I did drunkenly bet on it at night and woke up and was like, "Oh, good job, guys."
Well, Hawaii was up 7-0, and I started firing off anti-Vanderbilt tweets. I was like, "I would make a bowl in the Sun Belt," and then they ended up winning 63-7. So
I had a sick parlay going with Northwestern, UConn, and Hawaii, all upsets. It was like $100 to win $7,000. It was great. And there was a point when Northwestern won and UConn was up I don't know, 21-0 or 14-0. And I was like, oh, if this comes down to Hawaii and I have $7,000 on Hawaii money line and they get blown out, which they did, that would have been just heartbreaking. Come on. I would have had to hedge though. I could have easily hedged $3,000 and still
I was going to say
$3,000. But that's funny. All right, guys, we have a ton of games to get to. This is just beautiful to see. A great slate of week one college football. I know me and Alex got a big game with LSU Florida State. I'm sure we're going to have some lines on that. But let's start with the Thursday games, and I'm just going to go through these. If you have anything, say something. If not, we're just going to skip through them. All right, St. Francis, PA, and Akron. I don't even think that line's off. It says it's off.
Well, Akron's defense. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Akron's linebackers.
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue. All right, but we do have a good game tonight. West Virginia and Pitt. Anyone got any action on that? Pitt minus 7.5 at home.
I like West Virginia to be frisky at this game. I'm not taking it, but I like West Virginia to be a little frisky. JT Daniels is still my guy. West Virginia, Pitt does have a good defensive line. I think they're going to give JT Daniels problems. He could get hit a lot in this game. But I think West Virginia, I like them to be a little frisky in this game. I think they could win 7 games in the Big 12, which the Big 12 is always a mess. So.
Yeah, I would have. No, I don't have anything. I would have taken the under though. First game, rivalry game. Pitt runs the ball a lot with this new offensive coordinator, so I would have taken the under, but I'm not touching it.
It's dropped 3 points too.
Yeah,
from 54 to 51 and a half. 51 and a half. All right, UCF and South Carolina State. I have off for that. Anyone got anything?
Next.
Oklahoma State and Central Michigan.
Next.
Bryant and Florida International.
Next.
LIU and Toledo.
Next.
Ball State at Tennessee, minus 35.5.
Okay, I don't have anything on this, but I could see this being an over.
68.5 or 60. Yeah, 68.
I don't hate the over. I did think about betting Tennessee. Tennessee has a tendency of with Heupel, at least in his history, of putting up a lot of points on these scrub teams early in the week, especially because they're going to want to flex their offense.
And their defense is average as shit.
I did get a good tip. Tennessee over 9.5 first quarter. I feel like that's a pretty juicy line.
Oh, that is a good one.
Just over, just the team total.
Team total 9.5 first quarter.
Yeah, I like that.
That's I love that a lot actually. I might have to go in on that.
That's silky smooth. We might have to bet that.
You're welcome. I told you I only hand out winners on this show.
All right, let's see. Penn State at Purdue. That's Thursday. That's a big game. Anyone got any action on that? I kind of like Purdue 3.5.
I like Purdue money line. I like Purdue at home underdog.
Yeah, and that place is going to be juiced. It's probably a blackout. I don't even know, but it's like a black hole. Opening week, Penn State coming to them. Yeah, you can put me on the board for Purdue 3.5.
I'll be on that as well.
I liked Purdue.
I'm gonna put these in the chat too. See, down on the chat, you can chat them. That way we can just save them like that.
That's a good idea.
80% of the public is on Purdue money line. That's insane.
Yeah, but that's just the money
you
line.
can't trust money line plays though. You can't.
And also, I think week one, I'm not as worried about the public.
60% of the bets are on Penn State spread. That's just weird
on money line. Yeah. I got 61 on the spread for Penn State.
I'm just saying that's weird. And
Purdue is actually
you could say not to trust that, but it worked for me last week. I went over 500. It works.
I will say public in week one doesn't scare me later in the season. You remember last year, everybody was on Alabama against Miami, and it turns out Alabama was just going to kill Miami. I'm not as worried about the public week one.
Well,
I think that's so different. I think that's so different.
We're going to get to Georgia, and LSU and Ohio State, but you have just – actually, I don't know. I think a lot of the public's on Oregon and Notre Dame, which is just wild to me, but we'll get to those. NIU, Eastern Illinois.
Nothing.
Louisiana Tech, Missouri.
Nah.
New Mexico State, Minnesota.
Hang on, I got La Tech. One of my friends.
Plus 20.5.
Yeah, one of my friends said La Tech might pull one out.
I kind of like that. I actually really don't hate that at all. I'm not going to make it a pick, but I don't hate that.
Oh, it's on the board. It's official. Okay. Minnesota and New Mexico State. Nice call, Larsen, on New Mexico State, by the way.
I would lean. I would lean to bet them again actually this week. Just because they're
Gophers?
Yeah, because
they the boat?
First of all, the boat rowers, they struggle early in the season. They lost early last year to Bowling Green. Bowling Green sucked. They struggle early.
Yeah, wasn't that after an Ohio State opening?
It was after that week 1 game. Yeah. Minnesota is not explosive. Minnesota's not explosive. New Mexico State's going to run the clock like they do. Will Minnesota even score 37 points to cover? I don't know. I would lean New Mexico State.
I like that.
But no picks. You got to tell me to put them on the board or not.
I will probably bet New Mexico State, but it is not on my locks. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. Northern Arizona, Arizona State. What the fuck is that? Portland State versus San Jose State. Cal Poly, Fresno State. Nope. Eastern Cobb, Kentucky. Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Cobb. No, we're done.
Western Michigan and Mich State. Anybody?
Yes.
There we go. Yes. We found them.
I love Michigan State here. I actually bet them at -19 a few weeks ago, and it's come way up.
5.5 points. It's 3.
Yeah, it's gone way up. Western Michigan is a total rebuild. They replace literally everyone, quarterback, anybody, you name it. This is not the same Western Michigan team that beat Pittsburgh last year. I think all the casuals are going to look at this game and probably think that. So I like Michigan State -19. I will look to play them in the first half. Also, I think they'll blow out. They'll blow out Western Michigan. Big win.
I'm just putting you on the board here for that.
Nice. Yes. Hold me accountable. That is official. That's a lock. I love that pick.
I gave you it at -19 because you bet it at -19. So
thank you.
Even though it's 23.5 right now. I mean, you would take it at 23.5, wouldn't you? I mean,
I would. I really would. Yeah, I would.
Okay. Virginia Tech, Old Dominion. Old Dominion only gets 7.5.
Old Dominion is the play there if you're going to bet it.
Yeah.
That line's gone down, and they're frisky at home.
Yeah, and the public's heavy on Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Didn't they beat Virginia Tech a few years ago?
They did. That's what I'm saying. They
did.
No, it was Old Dominion. They play Virginia Tech well, especially it's at Old Dominion. So that's the bet.
What a bunch of bums! Imagine being that guy where you got to go to Old Dominion. I mean, what? That would suck.
That would be like Georgia. That would be like Georgia playing at Georgia State. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
That sucks.
It's a Turner Field game.
It is.
Duke and Temple. Do we like the Temple Owls?
Temple's the bet there too. I'm not betting it.
I was gonna say
if they gave me 7 points, I would buy a point and take 7.
Yeah.
Or get 7.5 if you buy a full.
That sounds like an under for me.
I think there were sharps on the under. It's probably a good call. Yeah.
51.5. Illinois, Indiana.
Oh yeah.
Do we like the Illini?
I like the Illini. Indiana. I do. No, I like Illinois here, and I think it was even at +5.5 that I got them, and it's down to 3. I told Jake about this a few weeks ago. I said hop on Illinois against Indiana. I think the stats Indiana, since their really good 2020 season, they are 1-11 against the spread, and their only FBS win was against Western Kentucky, who was extremely mediocre at the time, and they won by 2. So Indiana is not a good football team. I think they go under on their win total. I think Illinois will win that game.
I got Illinois +3.5 or +3 as well.
All right,
I'm putting that one on the board.
Yes, that's an official one too. They'll win that game, Illinois.
Larsen, Jake, Illinois +3. Let's see what we got next. What do we got? Colorado and TCU +13.5.
Yes, TCU.
TCU -13.5.
Colorado was bad.
Well, here's the thing.
TCU as well.
Yeah,
so that opened at 7.5.
I got it at 7.5. I have TCU -7.5. So I think that's the official play for me. Personally, I will probably bet Colorado to hedge it a little bit just because it's gone up so many points. But TCU -8 is what I have. So I don't know. Play it an official play, whatever the spread is. That's a lock for me. I love
13
TCU.
and a half.
No hedges. No
Damn,
hedges.
what just
I
happened?
mean, do
I
I get the -8? Do I get the benefit of the doubt?
That's kind of fucked. But I already gave you it on the last one. But what would you take 13 and a half?
I have it at
No.
13.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I mean, just only because I don't know.
Only
I would
you have it at 8.
Only because I have it at 8. So I mean, like, why? I don't know. They'll win by more than 8.
Jake, do you have an official play on this?
Yeah, I'll take him at 13. I have him at 13.
Let's do it. You know what? I'll ride. Let's go. TCU -13.5. They'll kill Colorado.
Colorado's bad. Like, really bad. I think anybody should beat them by 13 and a half. It's because they don't have Nate Landman anymore. Shout out, Nate.
TCU's magical run to the Big 12 championship starts now. You can bookmark me on that.
I kind of like TCU being a little sneaky good this year.
Yeah.
Maryland and Buffalo.
Jake,
over.
Take it away.
I have the over. This is my official. This is one of my biggest plays of the week. Maryland Buffalo over.
64
Maryland
and a half.
scores. Yes. Buffalo has a bad defense. If they score 10 points, this is going over. Maryland might score 63 by themselves.
Yes.
Again,
yeah, it's not an official lock for me, but I did bet it. I took Maryland -21. It's the same thing.
I have that as well, but I'm going to go. Actually, put me down for -21.
It's -24 and a half right now.
I got it at -21, but I'll just whatever. I'll take the over.
Boston and Rutgers? Is this a Rutgers play? Boston
Under.
College, Rutgers?
No,
Under
official play for me is
47.5.
under. I got 49.5.
I got the
I'll play
Rutgers. Rutgers covers, babe. They cover.
6.5.
I see 7, but yeah, I'll take 6.5.
Could be 7.
Yeah,
And you
I
like
took
49 and a half.
49.5. I took it a few weeks ago. I think that. I mean that's just
Under,
as much
you
of a
said?
feel bet for me.
Under?
Yeah, under. Yeah.
All right. NC State, Eastern Carolina, dude, 11.5, bro.
I have NC State -11, but I'm not going to make that an official play because it seems like such a rat line. But
It is a rat line. It's such a rat line. But like Eastern Carolina, what the hell is Eastern Carolina, bro? If we're believing in this team going to the college football playoff, they're winning this game by fucking 2 touchdowns.
That's why
I'll fucking bet it. I'm betting it.
All right, put me down too. You talk me into it.
I mean, bro, like, do they have a monster game coming up next?
No, they play Texas Tech week 3, I think.
Yeah.
I don't see how they can't beat Eastern Carolina by 2 touchdowns with
Because East Carolina, they're scary. East Carolina, they
there's
find
nothing
ways to hang
scary.
around.
There's quite literally nothing scary about Eastern
There's
Carolina.
not, and
They're
that's why
Pirates.
Maybe
They're
against
Pirates.
NC State, there's something scary. But if we're talking about a team that's going to win the SEC or ACC, not the SEC, go to a college football playoff, like we're beating the shit out of this team by 2 touchdowns.
All right, I'm
They
fading.
beat,
That's a quick one right there. I'm fading. Give me the Pirates. Pirates are scary, by the way.
They did beat UNC at home a few
They beat
years ago,
UNC.
and they
They
should have
should've
beat
beaten
South Carolina. Yeah, they should have beat
I'm
South Carolina last year.
Still pissed about that one.
I know, but we're talking about South Carolina, not NC State, who we think is going to the playoffs. But all right,
True.
We don't think that.
we got App State a pick 'em against UNC.
Speaking of scary Carolina teams, that
If I was getting
App
plus
State.
money for App State, I would take App State, but I'm staying away from a pick 'em.
I mean,
UNC's
it's
quarterback
plus-
did not
it's
look
plus
good
a half.
last week.
You get a half a point.
UNC did not look good against Florida A&M, who was down 26 scholarship players.
Mhm.
I kind of like App State, but I'm staying away.
Yeah, I think you missed the train on App State because it was at +3 a few weeks ago. That thing's come down. Let's stay away from me.
Ooh, 12 o'clock in Boone, North Carolina.
That's a big upset spot. Noon game in
It is.
Boone.
It is.
Anyone got Richmond and Virginia? Not Richmond,
No.
Virginia, but Richmond versus Virginia. Central Connecticut State at Connecticut. What a fucking brutal
God.
what a game
Ugh.
it's going to be. I'm going to skip some of these games because if you have them, fuck you. UCLA and Bowling Green, Miami and Bethune
Nothing.
Cookman. Tulsa at Wyoming. I feel like this is a Larsen spot. Tulsa and Wyoming.
That's funny. I looked at Tulsa because I think Wyoming's really bad. I'm not going to take it though. Good call, though.
Houston at Texas San Antonio, UTSA.
Yes,
they were a squad last year.
Yes,
do we take Texas San Antonio?
I love UTSA. I think it's that's a gem of a pick this weekend that not a lot of people are going to take because the public is all over Houston.
Yeah. I'm hopping on UTSA with you.
Yeah, UTSA. I think UTSA can win the game, so I'll take. Personally, I'm betting spread and their money line. Put me down for plus 4.5 though for UTSA for sure.
Okay. We got some fucking locks brewing.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I love it.
Get to Arkansas and Cincinnati. Arkansas is 6.5-point favorites. It came down from a touchdown over the Bearcats coming off their first playoff appearance. What do we like here, folks? Dude, I think the Pigs get it done.
I got Hogs -6.
I like the Bearcats.
Oh, but I don't know if I could give them up a whole touchdown. I feel like that game's close.
I got them Hogs -6.
Yeah, 6.5. I see best odds 6.5. I'll take Bearcats.
They lost too much They lost too much to the NFL. I still think they're going to be a good team, but
couldn't pay me to bet this game. I don't want to touch. Not at all. Not at all.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I think that's going to be one of my favorite games to watch. I'm a big Sam Pittman fan, and I think Cincinnati's kind of getting a lot of disrespect. I mean, I know they lost a lot to the NFL, but still, Luke Fickell, good coach. I think they're going to be a scrappy little bunch. We'll see
Great
how
coach.
Great
coach.
Yeah. All right, boys. 3:30. UGA versus Oregon. The line's set at -16.5. 42% of the public is on Georgia. 58 on Oregon, thinking the Ducks keep it within 16.5. Guys, do we have any picks? I'm going to straight up say I'm taking the Dogs -16.5. Fuck
yep.
I took Georgia, so I would have something fun to do with the game, but I will not be making it an official pick.
Oh, I'll make an official bet. You guys are weenies. As much as I talk shit about Georgia, they're going to kick the shit out of these Oregon.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chase. I mean, I can't even believe this. I can't believe that Oregon.
I can't believe people actually think Oregon's getting some love, bro. Like, what has Oregon done except for get blown out by fucking Utah? And then they have a new coach coming in, a whole new coaching staff coming in. It's going to be in Georgia. It's going to be literally a red out. I mean, the place might be black. I guess they're trying to do a blackout. I think that shit's stupid, but it doesn't matter. That place is going to be buzzing. They feel disrespected. They haven't been talked about all season long. They are going to kick the shit out of Oregon. So I'll say it from a neutral perspective. They're going to eat them alive.
I couldn't agree more.
I would, if I was betting the game, I would do Oregon team total under. I think I've seen Bo Nix enough times against.
And Bo Nix sucks.
Bo Nix sucks so much. Oh my gosh, dude!
I mean, he did come in and pull some magic at LSU last year, but still, he sucks. Yeah. All right, since you guys are too soft, but don't worry. Hey, Alex, we'll rake in the free cash on that game.
You literally put my name next to it. Yeah, I'll keep it.
Oh, never mind. I meant.
Oh, it's fine. Keep it.
Nice. I meant me. Jake and Chase kind of sound similar. It's just that A thing. UTEP and Oklahoma. I loved fading Oklahoma last year, but I don't know with Brett Venables.
Yeah, they don't do too hot in these situations against bad teams. Remember last year they were like 35-point favorites against Tulane, and they won by 5. UTEP's going to run the ball and slow down the game. I'm not going to bet it, but UTEP would be the bet if I was.
UTEP, yeah. I mean, I would fade that too. I just I get a little like worried about what Oklahoma's going to look like with the new coach, if they're going to look the same,
Right.
But yeah, I would definitely, I mean, fading Oklahoma, especially early last year, I mean, they weren't beating anybody. I mean, they lost a ton of games and they didn't cover against like anybody. And they always have huge lines because they're Oklahoma. But I don't know enough about UTEP. I mean, Mississippi and Troy. Woo, old Troy. Watch out for Troy. They beat LSU when I was in college. Hey man, that's 2 years later we were national champions, so
that's a stay away from me.
Me too.
I think it is too. I definitely think Ole Miss could run up the score, but Troy's a feisty little squad, and they're going to come in thinking they can win.
I like the under in this.
The under of 57.5.
I see it as 60. I'm just going to stay away then. I'm just going to stay away.
All right, you bum. Don't get me all excited writing picks and then say stay away. All right, Brigham Young at South Florida. Anybody?
Yeah, I love a pick here. I love South Florida plus 12.
I got South Florida plus 12 as well.
Yeah, looking at it on paper, BYU should absolutely kick their ass. I mean, by 3 touchdowns. BYU was 10-3 last year. USF was 2-10. I think a lot of people are going to look at that. But USF returns a lot of players, offensive and defensive, top 15 for returning production. They have a good quarterback, the guy who was at Baylor, Bohannon. And USF is a good home team. BYU is going to have to travel, come in the heat. So
I got USF as well.
Yeah. And also, these two teams.
I'm going to hop on that with you guys.
Yeah, these two teams have played each other recently, and BYU has been big favorites each time. And USF won one of the games, and BYU won the other one by a touchdown. So USF plays them really tight, and a lot of the public's on BYU. I think USF.
I got 71% of that public, and the line's going down. So Sharp's definitely heavy on South Florida. The bigger bets coming in there. Skipping some of these bummers that I don't care about. And if I miss one, just let me know. But some of these are just like, I'm going down to some nitty gritties. Utah and Florida.
Yeah.
Utah and Florida.
Stay away.
Yeah, nothing.
You stay away?
Yeah.
I
don't want to touch that at all. I mean, I don't know how that game was going to go.
I mean, I think Utah should kick their ass. I think Florida.
They should, right? They absolutely should.
But the swamp is, I mean, that place is going to be buzzing in that opening week. I'll take Utah. I'm not going to buy into Florida hype. I think they're a terrible team, and they still change coaches, and it's hard to they can't. They're not going to gain that much ground over. I like Utah minus 2.5.
There is one game I think you skipped over, an under the radar game that I have a pick.
All right, go for it.
That I love.
Ahead.
I love Ohio plus 4 at home against Florida Atlantic because
I have them as well.
This is just a classic. The public is all over Florida Atlantic. I think Florida Atlantic is the most heavily bet team. Let me look at it here at 91% of the bets, 95% of the money. And the sharps are all over Ohio. Plus, it's very easy. I think a lot of people are going to look at last week, week 0, and say Florida Atlantic destroyed Charlotte. Florida Atlantic's hot. They're good, whatever. The reality is Charlotte was missing their quarterback for the second half of the game, which completely changed the game. They could have hung around if they kept their quarterback. And I love fading teams from week 0 because Ohio is going to get to watch some tape on them. Ohio's at home, a pretty good team there. So I will follow the formula of fading the public, follow the sharps.
All right, I'm in it. That was as convincing as it could be.
Let's go.
That was awesome.
Bobcats.
That was awesome.
All right. I'm going to be the only one off of that. We got Kentucky at Miami of Ohio, or at Kentucky. Anybody?
I'm good.
Army and Coastal. Ooh,
I'll say
Army and Coastal.
Hang on. What about? Go ahead.
The Kentucky one opened at 21.5 and has moved all the way down. So that tells you what.
I think it's because they're not playing a good amount of players.
Well, so Rodriguez isn't playing. Their running back is suspended, but I mean, dropping 5 points, like, I don't know. I'm not going to bet it at all, but it's just interesting. Yeah, the Army game's a good one. I don't have a bet on it, but that is a good game.
Army and Coastal, sneaky little game there. Coastal's been a wagon for a couple years here, just covering games. But that's a fishy little line there. I feel like a lot of people will be on Coastal. Alabama.
I don't like betting at service academies. It's too unpredictable for me.
Alabama and Utah State, 42.5. Anybody want a piece of that action? Utah State looked like shit against UConn.
Do you guys have a first half line? I don't have that.
I do not, but I bet you would be. It's probably 35.
Let's see.
Probably 34.5.
Did you know that Alabama is 5-15 against the spread as a favorite of at least 35 points since 2011?
It's because they pull their starters.
Dude, it's wild, bro. I remember betting. I like had that bet one time, and I think they were like 50-point favorites against New Mexico State, and the score at half was 49-0, and they didn't score a point then the second half.
And they didn't cover in the first quarter. I had that bet. They didn't cover the first quarter.
It was 49-0 at half, and I had like minus 50, or plus 50, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm so screwed." Like they're definitely going to easily cover this, and they didn't score a single point.
Alabama minus 27.5 first half. I'm all over that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
They're winning by 4 touchdowns.
Should we add that one? I kind of want to add that one.
I'm adding that.
Let's add it.
I'll take it too.
Minus 27.5 first half.
Foursome. We got our first foursome pick of the day, which means fade it. Utah State is going to have
Utah State's quarterback's so cute. He's like a little discount Baker Mayfield. He looks just like him. He's like dresses the same. It's very funny.
How about Baker Mayfield saying that dumb shit? Like, it's like you want to say, "Oh, Baker, just shut up and like do your job," and then he comes out and he's like, "I'm gonna get fucking revenge." It's like, dude, you just were terrible for the Browns. Please.
Just look around your team. The Panthers suck. I mean, look at your head coach.
He was always super humble in college, though, so it's really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you think like after like he might have gotten like served a piece of humble pie his first 5 years in the league. Like he was just absolute dog shit. Cost his team being any good because the rest of his team was great and he just was awful. You think a little humble pie, but no. He's like, "Oh man, I'm getting revenge. They should have kept me." Dude, you were the reason they lost. Mississippi State and Memphis. I like Mississippi State.
Yes.
Minus 16.5.
I love it. I got it at 15. I love Mississippi State here. Revenge factor. They got screwed last year.
Make it 16.
Make it 16. Let's do it. They blow out Memphis. They outgained Memphis last year in a game that they got screwed in. They lost. The dude who scored 3 touchdowns for Memphis is gone, as are a lot of their talented guys. Yeah. They lost everyone who was good on that team. They have 2 returning starters on their defense. The defense that wasn't very good. Mississippi State is just so much more talented. They've got a really good underrated roster. So I think they'll
put me down for the Cowbells as well.
Kill Memphis. You put Miss. People are gonna think it's Ole Miss.
That's true, and the lines are like the same.
Yeah, people are gonna think that we're
big hottie guys.
I'll sneak in one more while you're doing that you passed over an under the radar game. Southern Miss plus 3.5 at home against Liberty. I think the casual fan.
Stop it.
Liberty, that's exactly the point. The casual fan is going to look at Liberty and be like, "Oh, Liberty's awesome. Like Liberty's going to kill him." They are replacing a lot of people on their roster, including, of course, their quarterback Malik Willis. Charlie Brewer, remember him from Baylor and Utah? He's their quarterback now, and he plays nothing like Malik Willis, so they're going to have to try to figure that out. But Southern Miss was really bad last season. They had a ton of injuries, so their season was completely screwed up. They returned a lot of guys, a lot of returning production, and they actually have some really good weapons because they went out and attacked the transfer portal pretty hard. So this is another one where the public is on Liberty, the Sharps are on Southern Miss. So I really like Southern Miss. I think they can win it. I took them at +4.
I understand that, but I'm not going to take that. Liberty. All right. South Carolina against Georgia State, only 12.5 at home. Everyone on the hype train of South Carolina, they love their new coach. They love Spencer Rattler. They love the transfers. Do they get played by Georgia State? Plus 12.5. I feel like everyone should bet plus 12.5 if you're going to bet this game.
I'm not going to make it official, but I like Georgia State to keep it close.
Yeah, I'm on Georgia State. I believe in Shane Beamer, but I do not believe in Spencer Rattler. I mean, we just saw him with the best offensive coach in college football not succeed. Like, he's going to succeed with a worst coach. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And then, like, we were just talking about how Oklahoma, like, how they struggled. I mean, they won a lot of those games against really bad teams, but it was, like, close. And like you said, better coach, better talent around them. Probably, a way bigger talent gap than he's going to have in this game. Georgia State's scrappy. Like, they put together some decent programs. Like, I mean, South Carolina should win this game by 2 touchdowns, but this line being 12.5 is such a trap. Like
they almost beat Auburn last year. Remember that?
Yeah.
So
28% of the public is on Georgia State. It's in Columbia. I mean, that line should be 21 at least with all the hype South Carolina has, and it's just not.
Georgia State returns like literally almost their entire team. It's one of the most returning production quality teams in the country. So I would take Georgia State too. It'd be the pick.
All right, guys. Primetime matchup: Ohio State and Notre Dame. 17.5. 39% of the public is on Ohio State. 61% of the public thinks Notre Dame's going to keep it close or keep it within 2 touchdowns. What do you guys see? Obviously, Ohio State loaded.
I got under 60. I think the Ohio State offensive hype train is going to shock some people. I think everybody sees all of Ohio State, and I know their defense is a little suspect, but everything is pointing towards the over, so I'm going the other way. I'm going under 60.
If I had to pick, I would take Ohio State to cover, but I'm not going to make that one official.
That's a lot of points, and it's wild.
But this is such a spot. Like, close your eyes and imagine it's Saturday night, and you just open them and you're looking at your TV, and Notre Dame's down 43-12.
Right. I was going to say something different. That Notre Dame's having.
I've been there too many times.
Exactly. Notre Dame's having the best recruiting classes in years, and Ohio State's an actual championship caliber team, and they're 3-score underdogs. I mean, I hate to bring this back to the good guys, but Brian Kelly was right. I mean, that team is never going to win a fucking championship. These guys are a joke, and put me down for Ohio State too. Spread, I like it. I mean, it's fuck Notre Dame all year long.
I'll go with you too. Fuck Freeman. Brian Kelly.
Marcus Freeman.
Notre Dame's fuck them.
Yeah, Notre Dame, they don't do well in these games at all. Their last 10 road games versus top 10 teams, they are 0-10, and they've lost by an average of 17 points. So
I went Ohio State minus 17.5 LSU boys. We vibing. Fuck Notre Dame all year. All right. Especially because of Coach O. Dude, they got a pep talk from Coach O. They're definitely losing.
What a weird thing to do.
He's a loser. Louisville and Syracuse. Anybody? I know you talk a lot about Syracuse, Larsen.
I'm really intrigued to see the game. I don't have a bet on it. I'm really intrigued for that game though. That's like the best under the radar game for me of the week.
I think you said that 3 times.
I have. I just love that. I don't know why I'm so interested in this game. I don't know.
Texas and ULM.
I like ULM to cover.
Money line.
I like ULM to cover.
Money line.
Dude, I'm telling you, these small Louisiana schools come to fight. They come to fight. They're different down there.
Do. But Texas might be bad.
So do you want me to put 37.5?
Yep.
ULM just has been so bad. Like, they used to actually have a pretty good program. Like, they beat Alabama.
They did. That's right. And Arkansas.
Yeah. Boise State and Oregon State.
Pass.
Nothing. All right, guys. Sunday night.
Wait a second.
What?
Wait
Hawaii
a second
and
here.
Kentucky?
You're just gonna skip Hawaii and Western Kentucky like that?
God, dude, you suck. Say your best right now
serious?
so we can get on to the game.
Just say it.
You're not gonna add the over 67 with me to Western Kentucky and Hawaii?
Oh, God.
I love over 67.
Okay, I'll do it with
Add
you,
that.
Larsen.
I think it's moved up from like 62.
It
The
is.
Sharks
62
love
and
the
a half.
over. They love the over. Give me the over. I'll probably throw it in a teaser too, just to have something late night to follow. Now we can get to the other games.
Game of the week. Game of the week.
The future 2023 national champion LSU Tigers face the stinky little Florida State Seminoles. 73% of the public is on the Bayou Bengals against the crappy Florida State Seminoles. The line has moved from 3 to 2. It's now 3.5. The over-under is set at 51.5. Brian Kelly's the start of a new era of LSU football. Who you got?
You know where we riding. Yo, if this
I would take it LSU minus 10.
If this bet fails, I'm fading the Tigers all year long. But
Yeah, because they're
for
the worst team in college football.
For now, I'm LSU. I'm all over that LSU spread, and I think we hit the over. I think both of these teams.
I like LSU. Number one, Florida State has not shown me anything that they're like improved. But I actually like the under in this one. Florida State's offense looked awful week 0. LSU's going to have tape on them.
On the board.
Yeah, I'll take the under.
Or both.
Add me
both.
to that as well. Add me to the under. I like the under in this one too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys.
We don't even know who the starter is yet. Though. We don't even know who the starter is.
I'll straight up tell you, I don't know if I'll be back if LSU loses this game. Like, y'all can just do the college football locks for the rest of the year. I don't want to talk about college football. It just won't do it for me anymore. I'm so sick.
It's a rat line, dude, but LSU should destroy them. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Purely based off talent alone, we should beat them by 2 scores. I mean,
I know. Like, we had a good transfer portal class. We have some guys that were starters already. We still had good recruiting with Coach O. Like, there's still players and talent there. Like, it would be
Does that not worry you at all that y'all are saying this line should be way bigger? All that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do
maybe a little bit. I am so nervous about this game, bro. Larson.
We should literally take the shit out of them. These are games that I used to not be worried about. Then we lost to UCLA and just got absolutely pile drive by UCLA. And
I had UCLA in that game.
I was like, wow,
LSU. I was so mad.
LSU's so down the gutter and we suck. But we should win this game, guys. We should win this game.
It's basically a home game. I'm nervous.
All right, last game of the slate. We got Georgia Tech only getting 22.5. Give me Clemson minus 22.5.
Same.
All day, every day.
Oh, and this is I don't know if this is official, but I think I heard Georgia Tech's team total is 14.5. I will be taking the under on that.
That's what we predicted. I will hop all over that under on the team total. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what we have to do to get an official Georgia Tech team total, but I am all over
it. Should
that.
Literally be like
14.5. Oh my gosh, yeah. I love.
But I got Clemson spread.
This game is difficult because Georgia Tech sucks. Head coach on his way out, but I think Clemson is one of the biggest frauds in college football this year. I do not believe in Dabo Swinney anymore. DJ Uiagalelei is can't hit the broadside of a barn. I mean, if I didn't live with somebody who went to Georgia Tech, I might be all over Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech sucks so much, dude. They suck so much. I hate this game. All over this game. I mean, if I could, I would bet against
defense
both
is going to
teams.
smother them so much that they can.
Well, so here's the other
under
thing.
might be the play. The under might be the play.
Well, no. So the other thing would be because first of all, like 90% of the bets, the public are on Clemson, which scare me a little bit, but it's whatever. If there was a way that Georgia Tech were to keep this game close, right? It's not going to be like 31-28. It would be like Clemson's offense still sucks and it's 14-7. So the Georgia Tech team total is totally the play for me.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck Tech. Tech sucks. All right, guys, we made it through week 1. College football gambling locks. We'll be back next week. Let's get some winners.
Written down.
Let's make some fat. Well, I think I can. I think this saves in the comments, and I have them all.
I hope so.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's make some fucking cash this weekend.
Just like last week.
Yeah, and then I bet $1,000 on the Braves to beat the Cardinals. Fucking losers.
Damn.
AJ Minter, what are you doing? All right. See you, boys.